What is going on, everyone? Commodore last year today, bringing to you guys my live reaction of Kingdom manga chapter 645. Now, the chapter has come out. Zhao's ascent scans and turn farmers are bringing the greatness of Kingdom week in, week out. Because a certain company in North America continues to fail us on a weekly, monthly, and an annual basis. And I want to see how things are going to transpire this week. You know, with Tojo finally out the paint, finally gone. We don't have to see his ugly mug anymore. The way he went down, honestly, if you had read a Song of Ice and Fire, it's something that I feel like would be straight out of it. Like, you know, the whole Joffrey, situation and stuff. I feel like this is something that, Hara would have loved to do at some points, and at some point was now. And just getting to see that go down, it's like, man, the king is out the paint. Obviously, of course, we saw what happened with Prince Ka and the whole situation. He got Holyfield. Well, he was Holyfield, and, Tojo was Tyson, but yeah, but at least he's a part of the living still, and he, because of the whole thing that happened, I think with the whole the scripture thing that was given, I think, or no, it was the it was something to do with the clerk. I know that for a fact. They wanted to get the papers to kind of, I guess, switch over, who's gonna end up becoming the true successor to the throne and everything. I don't know if that went fully through yet prior to the demise of Tojo. So whether or not Ka still has, his role as a successor and stuff is to be seen. But we have to imagine now with Tojo pretty much out of here, Ri Boku is going to be pretty much saved at this point from the execution. And then we're probably going to see how that's going to play out. Probably with the members from the East are going to help them, or whatever the case may be. So, but for me to find out, we got to read the chapter. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what Har has in store for us. So, Volume 59, Chapter 645, Zhao King's Decree. And I'm pretty sure there was another word for it, but, again, it's early in the morning. I have other things on my mind, too, so it's probably going to slip out, and it's going to come out and be like, oh, there it is. That's what it was. All right. Okay, starting off now. So, it's the Zhao army, Kochu's army right here. And you see over here, the whole line, which is, of course, with the Qin forces. The Gakuka, Hishin units, Sao's army, Osen's army, then Rimi's, the Gyokuhu, and Aku's army right here. And it's insane, man. You got at least 7 different units and troops, and just against one army. And that's the deity of the capital. The forces of the Osen army had spread out their troops to punch through Zhao Commander Kochu's defenses. And you see, most of the leaders. I have to believe Shin's got to be there too. As the various troops marched to their positions, Osen summoned all the generals to a meeting at his HQ. Okay. General Aku, you see Sao right there, Tenrimi, that guy, Moten, and there's my boy right there, man, Rishin. My bad, I got lost. I'm telling you, man, he's picking up the Zoro tendencies, which means that gold status still remains. So casual. And just as Osen was about to dive into his upcoming strategy for taking the Zhao capital of Catan, if everyone's here, let us begin. And you see a horse coming in, which means that they're probably about to find out that Tojo bit the dust. Indeed, the very second he opened his mouth. Urgent news. A top priority report just arrived via bird from our spies at Catan. From Catan? Has Ri Boku gone to meet his ancestors? Is he Shin's? Nah, Shin's nah, I need to square up with him. I gotta send to his ancestors. Speak then. Yes, sir. It appears that the king of Zhao suddenly passed away yesterday. And they're like, huh? Huh? Wait, not Ri Boku? The king of Zhao is dead. And they just realized that their biggest benefactor in this entire war is gone, because Tojo was pretty much preventing Ri Boku from doing anything. Now, because he's out the paint, and if Ri Boku gets control of the state, different war, man. Even if they lost the western parts of Zhao, whatever remains, and the forces that he has behind them, and if they're down for the cause, it's not going to be pretty. What the hell? What do you mean the king of Zhao just suddenly died? Apologies, we still don't know all the details. Kantan, and we have for sure it's going to be Prince Ka and his men for sure now. Yeah, and you see all of the his people and stuff, his goons, all annoyed. The cause of death is unknown. Do you take me for a fool? It's obvious he was poisoned, but there's no proof of that. Do you seriously think you can pass that off as a death from illness? Who else would be responsible for the save for your lackeys of Ri Boku? How dare you slander us when you hold not a single shred of evidence? Shut up, we'll force all those bathhouse brats to confess and send every last one of you to a chopping block. I like to see you try. You see Kakuai right there. Enough of this farce, guards. Arrest every last one of these Ri Boku sympathizers in this room. I'm sure a few turns of the torture chamber will loosen their tongues easily enough. What? What are you waiting for? Are you not the royal guards? Why are you not arresting the king's murderers, bro? They're in league. They are in league. They are in league. Oh man, you about to get pierced up. Even though you're part of the Chinsai technically, you know, as a spy, you're about to get pierced up. I believe you misunderstand, Kakuai. We may be guards, but it is not to the throne that we swore our loyalty. Not you. Of course I know that, but the king is dead. As your prime minister, it is only fitting for you to follow my orders instead. Not when the throne's next ruler has already been decided. Do you mean... That's right. Now did the decree go through? It did not. So he's still the one. Kasama, the shining light who will lift Zhao up from its pit of darkness. Stand aside. He's got to have the bandage on the ear and everything, but okay. So at the very least, when Thing had the decree and stuff, Tojo and stuff, right, to try and overturn everything, it did not go through just in time. And even if he did write it, they probably for sure burned it and made sure the evidence of its existence is gone. Because now he's about to assume the throne, which means Ri Boku's in the clear. And that means this whole war is going to flip on its head. Now this guy's going to have power. Release them all. And this man is going down the cells like, get him out of there. The very day Crown Prince Ka assumed power, saw him making for the dungeons to set free men of talent that had already been unjustly imprisoned. Kasama. Without exception, these were capable men of clout and prestige who would normally serve as Zhao's backbone, and yet, for daring to rebuke King Tojo for his actions, they had been cast into the darkness. Wait, if Gakujo is not in here, then I'm swinging on hard, because listen, I hyped this dude up. If he wasn't inside this prison thing, and remember, Renpa did hype this man up, nah, you better have him in here, man. Because after that, it's like, what happened? He just randomly disappeared? Like, Magaka, you gotta give me some damn answers, man. You gotta tell me what exactly happened with them. I don't care. Look, don't tell me what's happening in history. What's happening in the manga, the dude was hyped up. You don't hype up a guy and he just disappears into the sunset. Doesn't work like that. I need to know what's going on with the mans. We go to rebuild our kingdom. Who stands with me? We offer our lives to you in service. And of course, that included this man as well. And for sure, that's Kane right there, right off the horse. Of course, I don't blame her, man. She finally gets to see her mans. And see the tears welling up inside, professing to the outside now. Ri Boku-sama. And you see my guy over here growing out the mustache and everything too. He went through some tough times himself. Kane. You'll get dirt on you, Kane. I'm sorry for making you worry, Kane. You just see her cries like ringing out, man. She's finally getting her Ri Boku back. Man, now you get, I mean, still, you're gonna have to all die eventually and stuff, but like, at least, you know, she has this moment to be happy about. And there he is. Wait, did his ear? How the hell is his ear good? His left ear is as is. It's the right that got bit. Why? Well, I mean, no, actually, no, because you can kind of tell it's been chomped at the bits. But there was a huge chunk that got ripped out. Whatever, we'll say for another time. Ri Boku, Your Highness. There is much that I wish to speak with you about, but I'm afraid time is rather short supply at the moment. I would ask for your advice on what we should do next. Of course. First, we must mobilize the royal capital's army. Understood. And then going back now to Osun's place. So King Tojo is dead and Ri Boku gets to live. That Ri Boku's really done it this time. Huh? You mean to say that Ri Boku killed his own king? No, he would never do something like that. Doesn't have to be him. Could be one of his underlings. all the same in the end. Why are you so worked up anyway? Same thing. Is he right, Molten? Enough. The identity of the true culprit matters little to us. What we need to be concerned with is the fact that King Tojo is dead and Zhao is now about to undergo a great change. Yep. If it all comes down to who gets to wear the fancy hat next, worst case scenario for us, it'll be that Crown Prince Ka. I've heard nothing about that guy except for how he's night and day compared to his old man, and is the perfect example of a wise king in the making. I've also heard the rumors that some big names who were in Zhao's prisons or were retired and they're biding their time waiting for him to take the throne. I swear, if he's not a part of those guys, man, you can't listen, man. I did that whole thing for Gakujo, man. I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be disappointed, Hara. If that's true and all of them return to the royal courts, Zhao will be reborn anew. What? Then it won't just be Ri Boku coming back from the dead. He'll be bringing a whole bunch of something's happening behind the enemy lines. Are those reinforcements? Yo, I'm telling you, man. Now we got a war that's going to be worth fighting. Because that first half and everything, let's be honest with ourselves. Zhao had their backs against the wall for the majority of that thing because of the guy that was at the helm in Tojo. Even if they had the advantage in the lands and all that and the troops, they couldn't get to do what they wanted to do because of the guy that was, just saying that I'm not going to offer you a little bit more health and stuff to vanquish them. Because otherwise, let's be honest with ourselves, I think Zhao could have honestly won this war. If those guys were present when Hoken and all of them were still around, far different situation than we'll be experiencing right now. Because now it looks like it's going to at least be an even battle. Which, for us, it's for the better, honestly. Because then it's like we can actually truly appreciate how Chin's going to try and hopefully take over the lands of Zhao. And it's not going to be like a complete row, we're just running them over, essentially, just to take their land. It's not going to be like that. They're going to have to fight tooth and nail just to get it. Those are the armies of Kantan. What? And you see a massive amount of the troops coming through. They sat on their backsides for the entire span of the last war, yet now they come out in full force. We should take this as a sign that Zhao's command structure has already regained function. No doubt about it. Shit. We will need to start again from square one. Return to your individual posts. We will be falling back to the second defense line. Yes, sir. Yeah, now you see the threat's real. Kantan, let us lay low at Futa Palace for now, sire. At least until the fuss dies down. Oh, you see Kakawai still there. Okay. How did it end up like this? How? Kakukai Dono. Kohi. Who the hell is this? And Clerk A. Oh, so that's who you were. Okay, because remember they were saying bring me Clerk A. I thought you meant so it actually was a person. It was some old person. Okay, bet. Well, who the hell is Kohi? This is probably the historical concubine Chang, even though the Chinese character reads Zhang and can also be translated as concubine Ko. Who the hell? Wait, Kazma, maybe? That's the only thing I can think of, unless it's probably Tojo's Ting from the whole bringing in the Ka into the world and stuff. But it's okay. Clerk guy is there then. Okay. Latest news from the front: the Osen army has retreated. Oh, truly, calm down. That was exactly what Ri Boku Dono predicted. Osen will now set his sights elsewhere. We shall endeavor to lure him to Heiyu, my word. During which we will expand on Hongo as our new base of operations. If only we had more men skilled in either the pen or sword. Fret not, we have already begun to recruit talent from Wan's underground. See, I love that quote too. We'll show them that this pen is as mighty as the sword. If you know that quote from Kiseki, then you're a good person for that. Most impressive, Kasama. Our men still have yet to discover Kakawai's hideout. Dispatch more men if needed. He must be brought to justice. He is the root that holds those corrupted officials together. Leave him alone and it will only continue to fester. Hold up a second, man. Did he bribe some of them? This is truly turmoil within Catan and just in general the state of Zhao, man. Because no one can really trust each other like that. The Royal Guards. Is Ri Boku still among them? Well, no, he has to be because I see like his get up and stuff right next to Kane. What is the meaning of this? There's a limit to how impotent you can be. Huh? And you see Kakuai right there, man. See Kohi and the clerk guy. Huh? Is that like his little brother or something? As the heir apparent to the Zhao throne, captain of the royal guards, Enmu, I order you to arrest the traitorous wretch, Kakuai. Here. Dude's like, not talking. Your Highness, forgive me, but we... Kakuai, you fiend, what have you done to Enmo and his men? Ha, dear me, what on earth are you implying? I assure you I have done no such thing. For it was King Tojo, blessed be his memory. No! The document went through! No, man. Oh, this is supposed to be an onslaught. Like, this is supposed to be a fair fight, now it's gonna be an onslaught, man. Jesus Christ. What? And yeah, I don't know. Yes. The document I hold is beyond any shadow of doubt the late king's last decree and will. Half a day before his untimely passing, I was summoned by His Majesty and bidden to commit his exact words to writing. It is an official document signed by the royal seal. I mean, you gotta gun down the man before he even speaks. Even if it goes against everything, you gotta gun him down. The king's last will. It reads thus. Could it be? By order of the King of Zhao, King Tojo, ninth of his line, heir apparent to the throne, Crown Prince Ka, is hereby removed from the line of succession. The Zhao dynasty shall be succeeded by His Majesty's younger son, His Highness Sensama. Bruh, Jesus Christ. And look at this man. Bro, this kid, I can't even say this kid, he's like using like slaves and stuff to carry out and do his bidding. Walking into the... Bro. This guy's probably gonna be worse than Seikyu, man. Yo, this is like arc 1 of Kingdom when we had to deal with, the stuff with Sei and Seikyu's rebellion, all that. This is going to be that. This is the Sen Rebellion. And look at this sickle, man, out here with all them slaves and stuff. See this poor girl that has and she has cuts all over him too and everything. So you can imagine what the hell the sickles were doing to her, man. Blindfolding her, gagging her. Bro, this dude's gonna... Yeah, he needs to get the hell out of here. Him and his whole squad. And you just see the look on Ka's face. Chomped ear and everything. He can't believe that just happened. He's like, huh? What? Sima Quan, author of the Shiji, Zhao Heritage House section. What did you say? Had but one thing to say in regards to the Zhao King's decision to strip the crown prince of his right of succession in favor of the younger depraved son. What a horrid travesty. My God, bro. So what you're telling me here is that the possibility of this arc not being a long arc has just like that. You know what I'm saying? Because now that this kid has now taken over Ka's succession to the throne, Zhao's doomed, obviously, for us as Chin. There shouldn't be any problems, but for a main man who wants to actually see us really go at it with Zhao against Ri Boku and make it where Shin's actually going to earn a long-deserved W and redemption of Oki, it stings. Because now it's because of this, Ri Boku is now going to be back on the chopping block, which takes away the chance for Shin to get the other half of the redemption. Because he got Hoken, he needs this too as well with Ri Boku, but man... But then it makes me wonder too, man, Because the only way I can see this turning around is unless they just right here and now and just say, screw it, we're going to kill him. Like, screw the decree, screw everything, and just devour him and get him out the pain. Him, Kakawai, Earl A, Clerk A, Kohi, and all that. Like that. Because at this point in time, you have to realize, man, the higher ups, your structure, all this stuff and everything, and I get it, right? Some people don't have, like, the cojones to be able to go and do such a thing. But right now in this situation, Zhao, the whole state, is going to possibly be destroyed by Qin. And for them to have any form of a fight to come back and stop everything that could occur and destroy their lands, they're going to need Ri Boku at the helm. And they're going to need Prince Ka to be one in succession there. Now, Decree is out, unfortunately, so that means Sen's going to have to take over now. But again, they could do the thing that they did with Tojo and plan something to get rid of him. But at the same time, I think that's, like, sneaking about to get rid of, like, the rat poison, essentially, or the rats itself, that's already gone. Now you have to hunt down the rats and exterminate it. Even if it means being painted in a bad light by the citizens and stuff, I don't think it matters right now for Ri Boku and Ka. I don't think they have to look at that avenue and think, yeah, we're going to be hated by pretty much every single person in the state. Because I think he'd rather have the hatred of the state put upon him for taking out, like, the king, the succession line and stuff, at least with Sen and all them, than having to watch his lands be ravaged by another state and knowing that he had all that power in him to be able to fight back. I think he has to do the thing right now and just, you got to get rid of him now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have a time limit. I mean, Osen went back, but if he finds out that succession line thing just got screwed up, and it's somebody that's going to be in benefit to him going in and taking down Hongo and the other city that was mentioned and stuff, then, like, it's going to be a W for him, man. But will Shin get there enough time to take care of Ri Boku if things stay as they are right now and Sen's the one taking over? I don't think so. So right now, the only thing I can see transpiring is that Ri Boku has to be the one to just say, screw it, man. I don't care what happens. I got to get you the hell up out of here. Bribe, like, straight up, slice the kid's head off. I don't know what it may be, man. Like, something has to be done to just ensure that we're going to get Shin versus Ri Boku and that this war is still going to be a battle that's going to at least, be something that we can actually, be more happy and satisfied with instead of just getting, like, he's just gone and done with, right? But I'm curious to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Again, no history stuff. I do not care if there's anything about it. I don't want to know. Manga use only with your own thoughts of what you read from the manga. And how do you see things transpiring as is? Do you think that Ri Boku is going to do something like take out Sen, even if it means being labeled as a traitor of his own state? Like, how do you see this whole thing forming out? Do you think that because of things as they are right now, this arc is going to be a lot shorter than normal because of the current circumstances? Let me know how you guys feel down in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Kingdom, week in, week out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell. Shandora save the day with everything that goes on the channel. And with that being said, I will catch you guys next week for chapter 646. I don't believe there is a break. There is no break mentioned yet, so hopefully it comes out by Wednesday next week, and we get to see how things will start to transpire in the coming chapters, because I need Shin to get the other half of the promise with Big Lip Sama taken care of, and Sen being here and all that doesn't do any favors for me. So hopefully next week we get some justice, at least on Ri Boku's side, so that Shin gets his major W afterwards coming off of Hoken. So Commodore last signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care.
Going crazy, yeah, we going crazy. I'm with the team, yeah, we going crazy.